Hi everybody, welcome to Jobs in Showbiz. My name is Olivia Gudaniec, and today we're here with Mark Persaud, who works in the film and television industry within the locations department.
Hello.
Hi, welcome, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Great, I always see you guys moving around. You're always going from one end to the other. You're here before crew call, you're here when the crew wraps. You have to make things accessible, easy to find. You're dealing with base camp, crew parking, crew lunch. I mean, I'm overwhelmed just listing everything. What else did I miss?
Well, the list goes on and on, right? But basically, we're like behind the scenes of behind the scenes, right? So we try to make your day go smoothly.
Right.
So when your day runs perfectly, we did our job, right? From parking down to everything to the set, to even getting water for people that need it outside. So it's every department, and it's the whole broad look of everything.
Right. So you guys are kind of like, the behind the scenes helpers that we really need and we appreciate, of course. So do you find that there's a lot of pressure to keep productions happy?
We are working both sides. We're trying to keep production happy, and then on the other side, when we go out to a location, we're also working with the public to keep them happy as well. So it's a fine line, trying to make sure that the film crew has everything that they need and not burn the location and never be welcomed back there because the film crew overdid it. So it's a fine line of working with both sides.
So what happens when you can't predict things? Say it starts raining or there are animals on top of a roof and production, they're like, you gotta control the noise, control the weather. Do you guys panic? What do?
The best thing ever is never to panic, because everybody else sees your reaction and then it's a domino effect, right? So then everybody else starts to panic. So we do get the crazy requests, like you say, an animal on the roof, right? So we do our best, but we have situations where it's unsafe. So we'll have to tell production, no, we have to stop and we have to deal with this before we can move on, right? So first, it has to be safe. If it's not safe, then it's definitely not worth doing.
So I guess everybody has to be understanding because it is a team collaboration. So tell me about your story and how you got into the business, why locations, and would you recommend this job to somebody else?
I got into the business by accident. I was walking down the road one day and somebody asked me if I'd like to work in the movie business. So I looked at them and I'm like, sure, what do you got? And then he introduced me to the location department. Would I recommend our department to anybody? It takes a very special person. You have to be able to work on very little sleep, and you have to be able to be a very positive people person. Because like I said, everybody reacts off your reaction. So if somebody yells at you and your reaction is negative, then you're just creating a negative situation. So being able to take the positive spin and then listen to everybody's needs and try to make them happy. That's like, if you can do that, then you're really good for locations. And personally, I really like it because you get to go to locations that nobody ever gets to go to. You get to go places in those locations that even the crew doesn't get to go to, right? So it's a whole, like I said, behind the scenes where a lot of the crew has no idea what we do because we're so hidden, and we actually get to enjoy these little tiny perks of the job. So.
Well, that's great. What happens when a location isn't returned to its original condition? Who's responsible? Who pays? Is it always repaired? And I guess just how does that unfold?
Most of the time, it's us that we claim all responsibility. If we caused it, we fixed it. We have some locations. Our show last year went to Parkwood, and when we were leaving, we finished. Everything was good, and on our way out, one of the trucks hit their fence. And since it's a sensitive location and a historic location, that means we have to go and get the fence made originally the way it was made, right? So that was a big cost of production and a big hassle. But for the most part, if we can get our own crew to fix it, like our carpenters, then that's our cost and that's all we have to maintain. We have burned locations in the past, and not our crew specifically, but other crews have done the AGO. They're very touchy, so if you lean something against the wall, they don't like it. And then if too many crews do it, they don't want anybody else there, right? So we've burned locations, but as location people, we go back after and we try to even talk to the neighborhood and smooth it out after to make sure that we're welcome back the next time. Because as you know, you'll work on this show and you'll work on another show, end up going to the same location,
Yeah.
and then you got to deal with the same people, and hopefully you left with a positive message for them.
So locations are always being recycled, and it's good to, I guess, keep everybody happy because you will see similar faces again.
Exactly.
And if you were to do another job on set, what would you do and why?
It would probably be an offset job. I'm an artist and I like costumes and design, so I would probably be into that side of it. Plus, I've never seen the office side of the film world. I'm always on the set side, right? So that's a whole other world of film that I would like to get to know.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Mark.
No problem.
And I'll see you guys in the next episode.